how would that make you feel if you knew that you had 70% chance of survival after going through cancer treatment or whatever treatment, right? I was so fearful of dying. And the truth is, I just kind of kept thinking about that every single day. I would wake up and think, oh my God, no, I'm going to die. Oh my God, I'm not going to survive this. Oh my God, how I'm gonna go through this. You know, my kids were 6 and 4, and I was so scared of dying. And I kept focusing on that until one day I went to church to speak to my pastor. He said, 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗓, come and talk to me. He could see I was sick. I had a PICC line on my arm, and he just wanted to have a chat. So he asked me, 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢, what's going on? And I said, oh my God, I've got stage 3 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗡 cancer, and I'm just about to go for the 12 sessions of chemo. I had an emergency surgery. My kids are only 6 and 4. I can't die. And you know, as I explained to him my situation, he just nodded and he just looked at me and said, 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢, what would happen if you die? And as he asked me that question, I completely stopped and started thinking about the actual question and how I'm going to answer this. Now, what's going to happen? Well, I started imagining my husband telling my kids, Mom's dead. I started imagining my kids going to school without me, my kids getting upset, my kids having birthdays without me, Christmas, and going through their life, you know, first boyfriend, parties, and, you know, their teenager years, their 20s. And I started imagining all of it. And all of a sudden, I felt in my body, I was paralyzed. I was so... I could barely breathe. And as I stopped to answer the question, I looked at him in the eyes and I said, you know what? Nothing's going to happen. My kids are just going to have to get on with life and deal with it. And as I said that, it was as if a massive weight on my shoulders were lifted, because I had been so worried about that, even saying that out loud. So he looked at me and said, that's right, 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢, nothing's going to happen. How many kids do you think grow up without mom or dad? You know, I know this can sound quite harsh for some people, but for me it was the right message that I needed to hear at that moment in time, because I had been so focused on my fear of dying that I had forgotten to live. And the truth is, nobody knows how long they have left in this earth. You know, we believe that we are all gonna grow old, healthy, and we're gonna die in our sleep without doing anything about it, right? That's what we all believe, until something happens and we actually realize that unless we start doing something about it, you know, you are not gonna grow old without any sickness, and you're not gonna be dying on your sleep. And for me, it was that moment that I realized, okay, well, I can't control when I'm going to die, but I can control how I am going to live. You know, I decided that I was going to build the healthiest body that I have ever had in my life during chemotherapy, and that's what I did. You know, I decided that I wasn't going to be the person that the doctors told me that I was going to be. You know, you're going to be too tired, you're going to be too sick, you're not going to be able to do anything. I decided that I was going to build a different body, a different person, a different identity, and I did. I was able to finish 12 sessions of chemo feeling stronger than I started. At 44 years old right now, I feel the healthiest and the fittest I have ever been. I take 0 medication, I have 0 side effects, and I am full of energy and life. I am holding a free masterclass. If you want to know how you can build the $1 million body that you deserve, that you've always wanted, regardless of where you are at. You know, this is where I started. I don't know where you are at, but it is possible if you make that decision. So I'll add the link below, and if that's where you are at, if you want to change your destinies, the course of your life, if you want to change the trajectory of where you are going, you know, really, this is a free masterclass that is going to change your life.